Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and this is where we discuss true crime, politics and current affairs. Today we're going to continue with the coverage of the case regarding Kouri Richins. If you're new to the channel, there's a whole playlist about it, and Kouri Richins has been arrested on suspicion of murdering her husband Eric via poisoning with fentanyl. There is never a dull moment in this case. Every other day it seems like something is coming out. I took a few days off and I've got like 4 or 5 tabs open with new things. It's ridiculous. But in the last episode we spoke about how a letter was found in her jail cell that was somewhat incriminating, let's say. But it has now come out that that was never meant to be an actual letter to her mom. It was actually something for a new novel that Kouri is working on. But before we get into that, may I ask you to subscribe to this channel and like the video. It will really help the YouTube algorithm, help my channel get out there. And I apologise for the lighting. I have a new light on the way. It will hopefully get better. But today we're going to discuss that this letter was for a new novel, according to Kouri's defence team. So let me get that up in front of me and get myself moved out of the way. There we go. So there it is. So this is from KPCW. They are local to Utah and I've got quite a bit of information from them, so I am quite happy to trust them. And also this information is corroborated elsewhere as well. So Kouri Richins claims that letter wasn't witness tampering but an excerpt from new novel. This was published on the 20th September. I think it was like a couple of days after they found the letter in her cell. This is an old photo though. As you can, that was taken at her bail hearing back in June. So prosecutors in the Kouri Richins case respond to accusations that they violated her attorney-client privilege. During a search of Kouri Richins' cell in the Summit County Jail last week, police found a letter she wrote to her mother, Lisa. Kouri is accused of poisoning her husband. It is unclear if her mother ever read the letter, which contained instructions for 4 of her friends that are set to be interviewed on Good Morning America, among other things. Side note, her brother, Ronnie, I think it's Ronnie, has spoken to Good Morning America. I've got that is one of my tabs open. I will be covering that in another video. There's too much and it's late and I'm tired and no. So anywho, we'll go back to this. Kouri wanted them to talk about Eric's use of medicines and paint his sisters as jealous of her. You remember that? Kouri said that Eric's sisters were jealous of her because anything they could do, she could do better. In response to the letter being posted on the public case docket, Kouri's defence attorney, Skylar Lazaro, said the letter was inside of an envelope marked attorney privilege and called the search potentially illegal. Well, the documents are out there now. In court documents filed on Tuesday, prosecutors say Kouri's letter was actually found in an LSAT prep book during the police search of her cell and said the instructions to her family could constitute witness tampering. Side note, again, in regards to the LSATs, she is looking to gain some law qualifications during her spare time in jail. The documents state that during a phone call with her mother last week, Kouri said the letter wasn't instructions, but rather a work of fiction. She said the letter was an excerpt from a novel she's writing about staying in a Mexican prison. She's had to say Mexican prison because she refers to Mexico in the letter. If you don't know the letter, go see my previous video. It's just, sweetheart, do you want a shovel, or are you okay like digging yourself into a hole? Okay. When I first got in here, I was telling you how I was writing a book, Richins said in the call, according to court documents. Those papers were not a letter to you guys, they were part of my freaking book. I was writing this fictional mystery book. I go to Mexico and I'm like trying to find these. You can tell very much that the whole thing is very much a story. You want to be a writer, sweetheart? You don't speak very well. I wonder if you write well. But then again, a side note, she had a ghostwriter for her children's book. Prosecutors say this supports their notion that the letter wasn't protected under attorney-client privilege. They filed a no-contact order last week after discovering the letter. Lazaro has yet to file a response, but did file a request for the court to enforce a gag order. The state now is asking the court to deny the defence's motion, accusing prosecutors of contempt of court. She's due in court in November on the 3rd, when a preliminary hearing could be arranged. Yeah. It was, I'm sorry, but it's, in my uneducated, humble opinion, I do not believe it is part of a work of fiction. So, she wrote about how someone should talk to the police. No, sorry. Someone should talk to the media about how Eric was addicted to things. It's just, I'm sure somewhere it said that Eric wasn't earlier in the case, but I can't for the life of me think where. If you know where, let me know, and I'll go rummaging, see if I can find it. So I think that is one of the latest updates. As I said, I take a few days off, and I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 tabs open at the moment. 6, because nothing, like, there's constantly something going on in the case. Constantly. Silly. Just silly. If you're interested in seeing any documents, the documents that I have found regarding this case are listed in the description below. If you fancy having a read through them. I think I saved the most recent letter. I'll double check and it will be there. And if you do so choose to partake in this case over the internet, please be mindful that there are children involved. They've lost their dad and their mom is in jail. She is presumed innocent right now. She has not gone to trial. She has not been proven guilty. And please keep in mind that there is a family there that have lost someone. Okay? So please keep that in mind when you are commenting, partaking, etc. in any discussions regarding the case. If you want to keep up to date with this case, subscribe to my channel, like the video, press the notification bell, leave a comment, etc. I think that's it, isn't it? You can also follow me on all the social medias. I will try and be better at them, I promise. And if you're interested in a different case, the case of Lucy Letby, she is the nurse that is currently sat in a British prison for life because she was found guilty of murdering several babies. And there's a retrial coming up. I'm not sure the details yet, but I know it's not going to go to court until next year. So I'm going to look into that as well. So they're the 2 main cases I'm covering. Otherwise, I cover politics and current affairs. So again, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know if you've come over from the Reddit channel that I found regarding this case. It's been nice to talk to some of you over here. But that is it. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully over the next couple of days, because as I said, there is a lot of new in this case. And I will see you soon. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.